part 2 of the video. I'm talking to the camera as much as to you guys. This always strikes me as odd when I think about this, because if the Pope has ultimate authority and the Pope can do whatever the Pope wants to do, why can't he just increase the limit of cardinal electors?
Tradition.
I think that's about it, Annie, really. Yeah, just tradition. Yeah.
Would you say the limit was set in 1975?
Yeah, of 120.
It's not very long.
Close enough.
No, so Francis could, if he wanted. I mean, he has the power to do it. He's the supreme head of everything that has to do with that stuff. So that's something I don't understand. And you don't. I don't mean to pick on you, but you're the resident Catholic in class. Do you happen to know
I'm sorry, I spaced out. What do I know?
about the canonical limit of cardinal electors?
I don't know. Like, it would make sense that he'd be able to change it. I'm not sure why it's 120.
Yeah.
Like, there's like no significance to the number that I know of, you know?
But if it's canonical, that means it's part of canon law,
Oh, yeah.
and the Pope is the supreme head of the Catholic Church Incorporated, as we discussed last time we met, as well as the Vatican City State. So if it's law and he doesn't like the law, change the law.
I mean, that makes sense.
I don't know. We'd have to ask him.
All of
If, yeah, I got his phone number. Yeah, so, I mean, that's something to think about. That doesn't make sense to me, personally.
I mean, it kind of sounds here like he's like, not ignoring it, but like, you know, maybe doing something unusual.
Maybe. I mean, the second page says Francis has also made the College of Cardinals more African and Asian and less European, which is a good thing, more representative, because there are more Catholics in Latin America and Africa now than there are in Europe. But he says at the end here, the author, in summary, Francis has returned the college to the days of John Paul with regard to the Roman Curia, Italy and Latin America, but he has made it less European and more from the global south than it has ever been in the history of the church. This is the right direction, except when it comes to the Vatican Curia. I, meaning the author, not me, Jonathan Parker, would have preferred that no curial officials be made cardinals or bishops. And this, again, is an article by Jesuit Father Thomas Reese that you can all go through at your leisure, the rest of it. That was just what I wanted to point out. You can always tell the cardinals by their red frocks. I don't know what else to call it. I don't want to call it a skirt because it's
Robes?
robe. Yeah, I guess robes, but they go over the head. Is that still a robe?
I don't know.
Neither do I. I don't know. Who knows about anything anymore?
Yeah, robes go with it.
Robes with a hood, you know?
Yeah, I guess. So this is the distribution of cardinal electors and non-electors. 123 electors, 96 non-electors as of this year. So it's not that far apart. The College of Cardinals is on the whole a very old body of people. Not meaning in terms of history, they're just aged. I think that the new vogue term is young elders. They're a bunch of young elders. So we have in the United States 15 cardinals. Six of whom are ineligible to vote for Pope, again, because they're over 80 years of age. All right. 9 are cardinal electors. So, a conclave. We good with this? Yeah. Does anybody know? Has anybody heard the term conclave? What it is? You want to explain? Or you want to talk? Or you just want me to do it?
No, you just do it.
Okay.
It's escaping me.
So a papal conclave is when the cardinal electors gather together, lock themselves in the Sistine Chapel, and vote for a new pope. They don't have any communication with the outside world. Their phones are confiscated, pagers, Blackberries don't exist anymore. All that stuff, they have nothing in there with them. They're supposed to be moved by the Spirit of the Lord to elect the man that they think would best occupy St. Peter's chair. So they've recently, the last couple of conclaves, they've started taking 2 votes each morning and evening, so 4 votes a day. They're handwritten. They're placed in urns. And they're hand counted too, so they come up and they say, I, Jonathan Parker, Cardinal of the Holy Roman Church, do believe and pledge before you all and Almighty God that I believe that Donald Egan would make the best and provide the brightest future for our Holy Roman Catholic Church. And then I place the vote in the urn. I don't, no, we wouldn't say the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah, it's handwritten.
But the rest of it is right. You'd come up there and say the big speech, the oath, and then you'd place your vote in the urn. So the votes are counted by 3 appointed cardinals to do that task, and they're verified by 3 other cardinals. So there are 6 cardinals that do this in total. They're threaded and then burned after being saturated in chemicals. A black smoke equals no pope. If there's white smoke that comes out of the chimney, there is a pope. And this is a big deal every time a pope is elected. There are cameras trained on that chimney night and day for however long it takes. Yeah. There was some confusion, I think, a couple conclaves back because nobody could tell if it was black smoke or white smoke. But I believe they fixed that. But that's the only communication they have through the chimney that comes out of the Sistine. And there are 2/3 consensus required for a pope to be elected. So what did I say? 123. So 120, 60 is half. 90 something. As of right now, it would take 90 something cardinals to vote for a man and for that man to become the pope. So they have a runoff if the conclave continues past 12 days. It doesn't really anymore. And a runoff would just mean a simple majority would do the trick. Then at the end of this, when it's all done, if Cal gets over 2/3 of the vote, and gets elected Pope, the Cardinal, who's in charge, the Dean of the College of Cardinals, this is probably appropriate because he probably walked with the king too, comes over, stands in front of Cal, and says something along the lines of the following. Cal, you've been elected to the office of Pope. You've been chosen to occupy St. Peter's chair. Do you accept your canonical election? You say no. Then I say the same thing again. Do you accept your canonical election? Say no. No. Do you accept your canonical election? This time say yes. yes, you have to show some humility, like you don't want the office, because people back in the day did not want to become pope. This was seen as a great burden. All right, so this is, like, you have to say no the first 2 times, and then you say yes the 3rd time. Then I ask you, what will you be called? You, the Pope takes a papal name. Francis is his actual name. His name is Jorge Bergoglio. So he takes a name, and we'll just, I don't think there would be a problem with calling a Pope Cal.
I don't think so.
It'd be a bit
Usually they pick like a saint, like
Yeah.
St. Francis, if there's a St. Cal.
Yeah. It'd be a bit unusual to have a Pope just named Cal.
Yeah.
To say, hey, call me Cal. But, okay, Cal. Then we exclaim, Habemus Papam. We have a Pope. Then back in the day, this is a little gruesome, but this is what they used to do. They used to have the newly elected Holy Father take a seat on a chair with no bottom, and the doctor of the Vatican would come and make sure he had testicles. And this was done because supposedly, and they don't even know for sure if this happened, there was a pope who managed to get elected way, way back in antiquity, who was a woman. So the church officials didn't like that, and they started checking. I mean, I've never been in a consistory. I don't believe they do that anymore, but that was back in the day. It's a little story for you.